We're on a mission to avoid repetition with 5 ways to say.
Hello, welcome to our first 2 T's in a Pod video. These videos are related to our podcast, 2 T's in a Pod. You can find the link to our Facebook page and SoundCloud to listen at home below. The idea behind the podcast is to provide vocabulary and listening practice for English learners, but also resources for English teachers as well. And this is the first in our series of vocabulary videos.
It is indeed. Today's expressions are all about travelling, and the first expression is to travel on a shoestring, which means to travel cheaply or on a budget as well. You can say to travel on a budget, which means to travel cheaply, normally in hostels,
camping
very little
maybe.
money, camping maybe. Not staying in big fancy hotels like a 5-star hotel in New York, for example. Have you ever stayed in a 5-star hotel in New York?
No, I haven't.
No.
I tend to travel on a shoestring.
How do you travel on a shoestring?
Well, taking buses instead of trains, smelly buses. Yeah.
Not hiring cars.
Exactly. Our second expression is to get the travel bug. So generally you find the more you travel, the more you want to travel. And this is this idea that you get this addiction, the bug. I need to travel again. I need to go to another place. This is to get the travel bug. Do you have the travel bug, do you think?
Not really. I like travelling, but I like coming home as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Me, not so much either. I like creature comforts, staying at home.
Yeah.
You know. But I have a lot of friends who've definitely got the travel bug.
Yeah, definitely. The next expression is to travel light, so with as little baggage as possible. Like if you're flying Ryanair, you might not want to put you might want to have a little bag to put in the overhead locker to travel light.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't travel light.
Yeah.
They travel with like 5 million bags.
It's very difficult sometimes to travel light, to decide what you need to take, I think.
It is a bit difficult, especially if you're going somewhere that's got cold weather.
Yeah.
Big jumpers and jackets and things.
Yeah. And our next expression is a tourist trap. So a tourist trap is generally a place in a city, normally, where there's a big famous monument or place to visit. And generally in the area around that monument, there's lots of really expensive bars and restaurants and shops that are kind of designed to get money out of the tourists. And you'll find that the locals don't tend to go there. So an example in Barcelona maybe would be the Sagrada Familia.
Yeah.
Like the area immediately around it is full of very expensive bars.
To rough it can mean to go, it's kind of similar to travel on a shoestring, mean to go cheaply. It can also mean to go camping or to sleep normally somewhere quite uncomfortable. Like hostel, for example.
Exactly.
But normally it also implies backpacking and travelling light as well. All of these kind of blend together.
Yeah, well, it's like travelling without any luxuries, no?
Yes.
Not in comfort.
Yeah.
What was the other expression we had? To sleep rough, for example, means to sleep in the street. So sleep outside under the stars. And our last expression is to hitchhike, which is to do this, to travel, asking cars to pick you up like this, standing by the side of the road, waiting for a lift.
I've never hitchhiked.
I have once.
How did it go?
It was in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I was a little bit drunk.
Okay.
And instead of just doing that, I jumped up and down in front of the car. And it stopped and gave me a lift to where I needed to go. So
and
I won.
Who was the person that stopped?
Just some random guy.
Okay.
On his way between the 2 villages.
I feel like it's something that doesn't happen that much anymore, which is maybe a shame. Maybe we should hitchhike more.
Well, that's the end of our first vocabulary video. We really appreciate your comments and likes and subscribes and shares. And if there's any other topics you'd like us to cover, then leave us a comment here or on the Facebook page, and we'll do our best to make those videos.
Bye!
Bye!
We're on a mission to avoid repetition with 5 ways to say.
That sounded like a specific experience.